and it's not yet open. I, yes, have been a member for 3 years, so you'd think after 3 years I would know what my gym hours are, but apparently I don't. So I'm here an hour early. It's freezing outside, so I'm gonna go like seek shelter in a coffee shop, but I wanted to just film the intro now. So basically this episode is going to be about a warm-up that I think will serve basically all athletes really well, but particularly relates to this knee injury. Devin, who you saw in my last video, she actually has the same knee injury as me. Hers is on a different location in her knee. I think it's on her patella. And it's also a grade 3, which means she has like a little bit of peach fuzz of articular cartilage left on her knee, but she basically has a very similar injury. She has actually recovered without microfracture or any of those procedures, and I'll let her kind of get into that a little bit more. She has more details, obviously. But basically she started doing this warm-up with bands, and she has said that she thinks it really helps her ahead of any squats. I also have this issue, I think it's called crepitus, which is basically when your knee kind of like cracks and like creaks whenever you bend it, and it's like the kneecap not really tracking correctly. Anytime I would squat, I had this, the knee would just like pop and crack and make noises. So Devin has this warm-up that she does with bands, and she says that when she does this warm-up, she doesn't have that issue when she squats anymore. So I think this is just a really great thing to incorporate if you're a CrossFit athlete, and then also if you are an ultimate frisbee athlete. I know, you know, knee injuries are really prevalent in ultimate frisbee, and in my experience, people are always trying to learn these like dynamic warm-ups to try to activate those glutes so that you're not using your quads so much, putting yourself in that position where you can more easily have knee injuries. So I wanted to share this warm-up because I think it's also great for ultimate frisbee athletes, and I would think really any athlete that's doing a field sport or a strength sport. So we'll hear from her what the warm-up is, and I hope this is helpful for some of you. Okay, well, first off, how about, can you tell us a little bit about your knee injury?
Oh, are you filming right now? Are there outtakes?
Yes, I edit. I'll edit, there's outtakes.
Excellent.
So you have the same thing, but it's on your kneecap, right?
Yes, so I have had 4 knee surgeries on my knee. So
okay.
2 ACL tears in college. The back of my kneecap that has about, well, I don't know, about like a thin layer.
Okay, the peach fuzz, a little bit of peach fuzz.
Some peach fuzz has grown in.
Yeah. So what sports did you do in college where you had the ACL injury? Lacrosse. So I feel like this knee injury, like this articular cartilage injury, is from like cutting and field sports and like things like that.
Yes, and also anyone who technically has like a patella tendon repair. So when they did my ACL the first time, they used the patella. Okay. And a lot of times that messes up the way the knee tracks. And over time, from bad tracking, then there's wear and tear on the knee. Yeah. It's regrinding. Right. It's not tracking right.
Yeah.
And so that's what the hip workouts are.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense too, because 12 years ago when I fractured my kneecap, I feel like that was like a lot of the issue, because there were some like patellar tendon problems and just kind of never really fixed them, so the kneecap was like not tracking the right way. So
right. When I came in, he wasn't too shocked. He said this is something that tends to happen when people are very active and have had a patellar tendon tear, and there's some tracking issues and things like that. So what I've been doing for a warm-up is using these little bands. You can get them online. They have all sorts of different levels of, I mean, it doesn't have to be this brand, but...
Okay. Do you just get them on like Amazon?
Yep, just on Amazon. Okay. They come with like 5 different strengths, like super light. This is a little heavy for me because I've left it, but I usually use like a medium to heavy versus the extra heavy. Yeah, so I do, and I also find it in my warm-up too. So problem is like the muscles here and like internal muscles aren't activating on me, or you know, so they say, but when I started doing this, I noticed that my knee tracked a little better, and I have a pop at the bottom of my squat, and even through the warm-up like this, the pop starts to go away, and I think I can feel these muscles like kicking in.
Yeah.
So I don't know, for me it's helping, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is the first one. So it's a lot of exercises. Put the bands kind of around the ankles. Always keep tension in the bands, and then you're going to focus on these muscles and staying out, so you never want to let your knee fall in. Get into a little position, and then all I do is this. Do about 20 this way.
Okay. Okay.
What is called the monster walk, so a lot of people are pretty familiar. Again, keep tension in the band. You can go forward and backwards, so a little squat.
And you're like constantly keeping the band apart.
There's tension, so you're
okay.
kind of go like this as opposed to
okay, yeah.
just like this. You'll feel it here.
So when you first started doing this, could you tell your glutes were like really weak?
Yeah, and so like this is a heavy band.
Okay.
When I first started doing it, I was using like a medium band.
Yeah.
And now I just kind of do it as a warm up.
Okay.
Squatting. Get into your squat form, and then you're just gonna concentrate on pushing it out.
Okay.
Back up. And this is the one where it feels cracky at first.
Okay.
And then once I start to do, and the other thing is like think about screwing your feet into the floor.
Okay.
So now like the cracking that was there. So
okay.
and I think it's all about like alignment.
Yeah.
So after that, it's laying on the floor. So it's kind of fun one. You go from the bridge. You want to try and make sure your hips stay so they're not sagging.
Okay.
And then this one's pretty simple, just a butterfly. Go up with both legs. The goal is to keep this as straight as possible. So
Okay. Yeah.
And then lift this leg up.
Okay.
And you feel it in the glute here.
Okay.
Back down. You can go back down higher. Back up.
Yeah, and really focusing on making sure your hips don't drop.
Right, and so for a little bit more advanced, you can put your legs straight.
And then come up.
Back down. It's a little weird. You have to keep your heels up.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So your heels are up like that.
Yeah.
And then it's just a similar.
Okay.
It's that clamshell.
Yeah.
Change bonding.
And so you're really trying to feel it like in that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
All you're doing is kick back yourself.
Oh, okay.
With a looser band, I would be able to straighten my leg. But
Yeah.
it's pretty tight.
Okay.
It's just your hamstrings. So it's not supposed to be like a workout. So the idea in my head is it helps my brain think about activating my glutes, and then when I go to squat, hopefully that will start to fix it. If I start to notice a lot of cracking and popping, I'll stop squatting and I'll do some squats with the band, and then I'll go back to squatting.
Okay.
Hopefully it makes my brain.
Right, the proprioception type thing, yeah.
So it's something I started doing probably about, not that long ago, about a month ago.
Okay.
And it does help. I mean, I still have issues with my knee, but
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Thanks, Devin.
That's it.
Let's go! Let's go, guys! Good one! Hold out!
You're gonna hate me for this. Nice job, you guys. Nice, Devin.
And Allison, no rib.
I know. Yeah, you gave me such a dirty look.
I knew it, but at one point I was like, oh.
I'm just honest. Honest Abe over here.